What is going on YouTube? Today I have an awesome video for you guys. Here I have the Galaxy Buds 4 Pro. Now, I'm gonna come out and say this right now. I've had these for like 2 months or something like that. So I've really gotten to put these through their paces. So I picked these up with the Galaxy Watch Ultra and the S26 Ultra, coming from an iPhone 17 Pro Max and years of Apple doodads. And I gotta be honest, one of the most important, I guess, pieces of tech to me are audio products. Now, I know you may be thinking, oh, Bluetooth earbuds, you're never going to get the best sounding Bluetooth earbud. So I do have IEMs and things of that nature. But actually, the utility of Bluetooth earbuds cannot be understated, underwhelmed, underappreciated. Insert the word there, you know what I'm talking about. You can't really take IEMs to the gym with no IP rating and completely sweating them and get all sick nasty in them. These are like IPX5, 7, I don't know. I've run with them, I've sweated in them, I've done everything that you could think to do in these buds. Have seen it all, they've been through it all. I have really put these through their paces. And so I'm going to be giving you the kind of like my perspective as AirPods Pro user. So these are the AirPods Pro 3, by the way. So I will just kind of keep those in frame there to kind of really compare them, because some of you guys may be like me and you may be thinking like, I want to try Android again. Let me give the S26 Ultra or Z Fold or whatever a try. You got AirPods. You're wondering if Galaxy Buds 4 Pro are worth the, I guess, ecosystem connectivity. Well, first and foremost, one of the most annoying things in this planet that I did not know, because I still carry the AirPods Pro 3 around with me because I have them hooked up to my Legion Go 2, my Switch 2, and all the other accessories, just to kind of like, if I'm watching YouTube videos or doing something like that, kind of just switch them out, give my ears a different kind of break because of like the earbuds are different, whatever, don't judge me. But when these are getting carried around in my backpack, even though I've connected them to Bluetooth to this phone, there's no way to stop this from happening. You have a tracker following around with you. So if you carry AirPods Pro around, even if they're yours, you will get just multiple times a day alerted from your Android phone that you have a tracker with you. And it is so annoying. But yeah. Back to the Buds 4 Pro. So I don't know if you guys have noticed by now, but this video isn't scripted. I like to sit down and kind of have a conversation as if I were talking to one of my friends. So funny story is another one of my friends also got the S26 Ultra AirPods Pro 3, and he was getting annoyed by the whole tracker thing, and I psyoped him into getting these, and he absolutely loves them. But I will say that it's not all fairy tales and gumdrops or whatever with these. I struggled to love these at first, and let me get into why. But first, let me go around the physical aspects of this case. So you have a very clear, transparent lid. As you can see, I have the smoky black color. I honestly think it looks pretty cool, and I have gone... Some people put cases on their cases. As you can see, I've raw dug this. No real scratches. Haven't really dropped this case too much or anything like that. And as far as dimensions go, it is like not as long, but it makes up for that in girth. So I do think AirPods are much more pocketable in that sense. Like, because this bulges out more like a cube as opposed to an oval pill shape, I do feel this in my pocket, but still very small and have no issues putting it in there. Next, we got that wireless charging, USB-C port, and this little button here. My goodness gracious. Being able to physically hold a button to connect to Bluetooth instead of doing some thing like where I have to hold both of the buds, or some dumb thing like on this, I have to open this up and keep tapping this and hope. Yeah, there you go. Now, I get that like 1 out of every 3 tries, and I got it the first time on that. I hate that. I really enjoy the tactility of a Bluetooth button, because there's been a couple times with these where, you know, when I was first trying to pair them to like my Switch 2 on an airplane, and I'm sitting there just mashing it and nothing was happening. I like knowing for certain I could hold a button and it just works. Now, getting into the buds themselves, the case, very easy, magnetic, goes in, not a problem. Lie down flat like that. You have your little space for doing controls. You know, I'll get into that in the app later, and you could swipe up and down for volume, hold for ANC, or whatever you'd like to do. And as you could see, I have different ear tips on, and that is because, and I'll get into one of the things I absolutely disliked about these, is the stock ear tips just hurt my ears like crazy and did not stay in too well. I just had such a big problem with the stock ear tips. And then just to kind of like put the cherry on top, when I actually tried to replace the stock tips, you know, I pulled them out like this. I got a microfiber cloth. I try to be gentle. They they ripped. And once it ripped, it was such a pain to get it off. But now with these tips are super comfortable, super grippy in my experience, improve ANC, and just make these a 10 out of 10 earbud for me. And if you're curious about what tips, Azla's. And the Buds 3 Pro and the 4 Pro are like synonymous. Both of them work. So I'll drop links to these down in the description below. Affiliate link if you want to support the channel, and they will, in my opinion, greatly enhance your Buds 4 Pro experience. Let me pop these in real quick. Right now, I'm in the settings of my phone, and here is the application. Now, I am talking with transparency mode on, called ambient mode. You also have adaptive, where it'll kind of like figure out what's going on around you and switch between active noise canceling and ambient. Ambient, it doesn't sound as like natural as AirPods do. It almost sounds like I'm slightly underwater. These I could put in my ears, ambient sound mode, literally forget they're in there. It's not bad, but definitely not, you know, God tier 10 out of 10. ANC is very, very good. Right now, you know, the humming of my AC in the room got super quiet. These will absolutely, especially when you start playing music. All right, I can't really like gauge how loud I'm talking, but yeah, they are completely good for you know, airplane uses, for commuting, things of that nature. So definitely good on the ANC front. Here you have auto switch between into ambient sound mode when sirens are detected or during calls. Here, as you can see, you have your medium controls, your pinch, play, pause, double for next track, triple previous, swipe up and down for volume. So that is awesome. Now here is where things get kind of crazy. So voice commands I have on, and here you could see all of the different commands that you have. So I'm not going to read these out loud just yet, but check this out. Let me go into Spotify. Alright, so I am playing a song and I am not touching anything. Very loud. Stop music. Next song. Volume up. Volume up. Volume down. Previous song. Previous song. Stop music. Now, let me tell you, that is like one of the most cool, underrated features that I've ever seen in any buds. Now, my primary use for wireless earbuds, because my IEMs I use at my desk when I'm sitting down and I could really intently listen to things. These are like my gym, going for run earbuds and things like that. So being able to like lift some weights, not even look at my phone or have sweaty, dirty, chalky, greasy hands and have to do touch controls on the side of my ears to completely control everything music related has been one of the coolest features of these buds that I didn't even know existed. And I think older Galaxy buds do that too. But man, if those were on AirPods Pro 3, sheesh. That is definitely a killer feature that I love to have. All right, you also have head gestures, so nod to, accept the calls, say, or shake your head to decline a call, just like AirPods, which is pretty cool. And it really does seem like Samsung is just trying to copy all the cool features of AirPods. I'm not mad at it. If you have something cool, then why not just adopt it? Like if Apple adopted the voice controls I just went over, I would not be like, oh, Apple's copying sound, like whatever. It just makes better earbuds and products for all of us consumers. All right. Oh, one thing that I think I accidentally glossed over. So, sound. Now, let me get into this here. I think one of the biggest things that the buds have going for them over the AirPods Pro, and this is an undeniable, undisputed fact that any Apple user would say that they wanted on this, is an EQ. So the baseline sound of these, and you could check out Critical's video or like other audiophiles, whatever. I'm not really an audiophile. I'm someone that likes to listen to music. Nothing too crazy. I like getting pumped up at the gym or getting zoned out in a run, and these crush that for me. And being able to change the EQ to my liking, have more bass, a more dynamic EQ is just awesome. Like you can tailor these to suit your music needs, really fine tune it, or if you're not that into your frequency responses, then just choose one of these generic ones or leave it at balanced, whatever suits your tastes. You don't just kind of get what you get and then you don't get to fiddle around with it later. So as far as sound quality goes, I have been very, very pleased with it, especially after getting these new ear tips. I really do think they changed the game. So as far as sound quality goes, absolutely love these. Now, one feature that a lot of people hate that are not on a flagship earbud from Samsung is the whole find my earbuds thing. Oh no, I don't want to blast my eardrums. Okay. And what I mean by that is, and I don't want to like get into my address here, so let me just go back, but these have like the special Apple secret sauce where if you lose them, then someone else's iPhone will ping them and you'll get like a geolocation. These just have like Bluetooth, so when you get close you can make the earbuds make noise and that's about it. But if you like leave them at the gym or the park or something, they're kind of gone forever, as long as no one takes them or something, but there's no like real-time geolocation of the buds, which is a bummer. Now, other than that, the app honestly is really packed with features, and I think it is really extensive what you could actually do and get into. And one thing, I don't know exactly where it's at. You have game mode too if you want to reduce the latency for games. One thing that these do have, going back to sound quality again, is like Samsung scalable codec, which here, let me go into developer settings. So developer, do. All right, audio codec, SSC, and these are all the codecs that these buds will support, so there's no ALDAC or anything crazy like that, but you do get 96 kilohertz, 24 bits, 32-bit sample rate, which essentially means, you know, close to lossless audio, which I do think I have been getting very detailed, nice sound staged audio out of these. But if you wanted to take these to another Android phone, you're kind of SOL, which is one of like the main reasons why you want an Android phone, is like the freedom of not being locked into an ecosystem. So realistically, you could get another pair of earbuds that, you know, have ALDAC support, 8PTX, lossless, whatever codec, you name it. So it is a bummer that you do not get a high, like a nice codec with these unless you are on a Samsung phone, which is very unfortunate. Now, one other thing that you are losing out on going the Samsung Buds route as opposed to AirPods Pros are the little heart rate sensor that's inside of these now. Now, I don't really know how much you care about that. I kind of don't. Just something to keep in mind of. Well, you guys, just to give you my final thoughts, these buds are absolutely awesome. But the thing about going with Android is that you kind of want to be able to have the freedom to get whatever you want with no restrictions. Like, for example, if I have an iPhone 17 Pro Max, I might as well get AirPods because of the ecosystem one. Yeah, but like 17 Pro Max only supports SBC and AAC, whereas you could get very good codecs with other buds with this phone. So realistically, you'd only really want to get Samsung buds if you are in the Samsung ecosystem, but I think that kind of goes against why you'd want an Android in the first place. But I have to say, as a standalone product, these are very, very good. But for $250 redos, maybe now you're looking at the Sonys, maybe the Bose, maybe some Focus, maybe some Sennheisers. There's so many options. But I do think that these are very good for what you get. They are worth it, if you will. The only real drawback for me is 6 hours of battery life with ANC as opposed to 8. So like as someone who's like marathon training and stuff, look, I'm not a sub 3 marathon runner, so more like a sub 5, and then I really have to hope that the battery life is going to last the entire marathon or carry the case around to charge these. But ever since I got those new ear tips, I have no problem with them staying in my ears or anything like that. So I do really enjoy these, and I think that if you have a Samsung phone as well, you will too. Well, you guys, that about wraps it up for this video. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, sub, and a comment. I really do love hearing from you guys, and yeah, I'll catch you in the next one. Later.